the entire internet. There you go, we're live again.
Fucking spinner.
I've just got fucking notification. Bonus only. Bonus
Fucking
only.
YouTube.
So, yes, we'll get straight into it. What are you doing, Damon?
What?
Damon,
Oh shit! You got screen sharing. Yeah. I was
Promoting
looking
yourself.
So
Go
yeah,
on. Carry on.
the first boner of the evening is the fidget spinner. Well, ATI adapter. I'm guessing it is. I'm presuming you screw it into you screw your RDA into it and screw that into your mod.
But how would you screw it all the way down and it still spin?
Well, I'm guessing
Because it's not all the way down. It's actually on the threading of the actual 510. Only goes so far. So you can actually screw it in the mod and it's still free running.
This fucker spins on your mod.
Yes.
You connect that to your mod and it spins in between your mod and your ATI.
But if that'd have a gap either side, your mod would literally have the London look.
I don't know why this is making me irrationally angry and needs to be on running empty.
I thought you were going to say
Making me irrationally aroused. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty annoyed about it, to be honest. It's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, as we were going into it, what Damon said about spinners and vaping, I think obviously where 3D printing was being used to make box mods quite a lot, and a few people, including myself, bought a 3D printer to test out making box mods. You know, a few of us decided to make spinners, and they were largely the first widely available spinners, you know, because Torque Bar was so expensive and none of the other brands that are now out there were out there. So I think a lot of vapors pioneered this spinning craze, but it's taken off amongst everyone. I mean, I don't know if you guys have to let me know. In my local shop, they had a load of spinners on the counter and there was a fucking queue out the door of school kids and their parents.
Mate, spinners are mental. You know when you go to the seaside and there's like every other shop is a bucket and spade shop?
Yeah.
On Skeggy Market, it's exactly that. There's buckets and spades and there's fucking kites and all that shit. Every single one of them, the biggest frontage section table had 50 different spinners on it, and I'm talking every other stand. Like had fidget spinners on.
This decade's daily boppers, apart from the do something.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that needs fucking down to running empty for me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Running empty.
Running empty.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris.
So I'm happy. I'm just going to refresh quickly before I do my second boner.
All right. So, what's this ATI called again, Chris?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We'll call it the spinning RDA.
The spinning RDA goes running empty then.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it is just fucking ridiculous, isn't it? And it's also a thing that adds two unnecessary things in vaping. One, it adds unnecessary voltage drop, and two, it also gives you a level of undeterminable safety. Do you know what I mean? You know, there's already questionable safety.
I'm not sure whether the users of this particular ATI are going to be that bothered about voltage drop.
No, but also,
if they need an object to spin on top of a mod, they're not even going to know what voltage drop is.
No, but also there's also a level of unquestionable, questionable safety as well, because, you know, some people, especially people that are going to need to spin something on their fucking mod, they're going to probably have limited build knowledge and, you know, battery safety, etc., etc. We don't know what the principle of adding this shit into your vaping setup, what dangers that might add.
You're making an assumption based on the assumed use of it. That could be an added ridge to it for your enjoyment during insertion. There's no... Mate, we've seen a guy in the paper who's burnt his bag on a Greg's pasty. That could be for multiple uses.
To be fair, it could be a way to skirt around the TPD.
All I want to know is, Chris, have you ordered them for Pandora?
No, although, when we were designing the next RDA, I said to my business partner, I says, I've got a couple of quirky ideas that haven't been done before. And he goes, let me guess, fidget spinner on top. And I was like, fuck off.
What I want to know is, when did you last buy a Greg's pasty?
I live 50 miles from Greg's. Although, Stu, was it you who told me the amazing Greg story the other day? I think we should put this up there.
What was that?
About the bird with the phone and the Greg's?
No, I don't think that was me, mate.
Oh, who was it? Someone told me I was on Hangouts with someone, and they said they're walking down the street and they saw this bird with a Greg's pasty and an iPhone in her hands, and a seagull swooped to attack her pasty, so she hid the pasty behind her back and threw her iPhone at the seagull. I can't remember who told me that story, but it was fucking awesome.
That is something you would do, Chris.
Damon, you need to go to the top of your screen and zoom out a little bit because we're only seeing half the bonable here.
Well, that's because there's nothing else on any of it, is there?
Yeah, there is. There we go. This
Go on,
right. So my second, there's 2 pictures for this one, but I'll put up one picture to start with. The second one is this is just represents what I'm talking about. It's not particularly this image, although it does involve Pandora. So I'm going to put this up. I'm going to be modest and put it at freaking awesome, but you guys can decide. And that is, if it loads, dun dun dun. Do you want to click it, Damon, so we can see it bigger?
No. There you go, mate.
Don't fancy it.
Working together. This is what this is going under. While this is an international collaboration, this was kind of, I was going to talk about Dale and Mark at Skegness, but one, Dale's touched on it, and 2, I don't think anyone wants to see that photo of them 2 all slippery and soaked up in Skegness together. But it's more about the fact that people in the industry, like Broadside, have a much bigger reach, much bigger customer base, much bigger fan base than Pandora ever had. And I'm really thankful to them for allowing us to do a collaboration with them. But I think it's more the fact that there's so many people in the industry that aren't cunts that are willing to work together and willing to help each other out.
It makes people edgy about doing stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Just because one cunt could have made you think, do you know what? Yeah, it seems like a good deal, but I might not bother with it just in case. It could have put you off that by 1 or 2 fucking choppers. Mark's suffered by the hands of an American chopper. I've suffered by the hands of an American chopper. But they've both ended up fucking themselves. So,
I mean, the thing is as well, I'm not entirely sure about the arrangement, but as far as I know, Broadside paid for all the Pandoras that matched their mods. They paid for them. Do you know what I mean? We didn't give them to them.
Paid for them.
Sorry?
You don't know if they paid for them. Have you got any stuff?
It was arranged with my business partner out in the States, but as far as I know, the arrangement wasn't that we'd give it to them and we'd share profits or nothing like that. They paid for them to go with their mods. They took our product to their factory and said, "I want it to match." Now that to me is it's fucking an awesome thing for someone to do, and I'm really humbled by it for that. But the picture's only really to symbolise the fact that people, like Dale was saying earlier, people realise that it's a fucking big old industry and we can all help each other out. So this kind of segues nicely into the second image I have, which is relating to the same thing. And it's
your business partner doing all the work.
It's fully charged.
It's a leak of someone's design for their mech mod. I just thought I'd leak it, just for a laugh. I've also blurred it I've blurred it a lot.
You clever prick.
I was hoping you'd shit yourself.
As soon as I saw the image, I was just like, is that about to load? You fucking bellend.
This is why I wanted him here for the bonable. But yeah, this is to symbolise the whole working together process. I thought it's just a private joke. But
yeah, for those who aren't aware, Chris is collaborating with me on the design side of a mech mod that will be coming out sometime in the near-ish future.
Although I don't want credit for it because if it's shit, it'll bring my brand down. But
yeah.
No, I'm joking. No, it was just to symbolise that. Do you know what I mean? It was just to show that working together will achieve greatness.
I fucking hope so, mate.
Well,
what that's going to cost.
But yeah, I thought it'd be funny to make you squeal a little bit. So
it did make my arse wink. It did make my arse wink. My little bumhole did a little.
But yeah, I spent ages trying to work out the right level of blurring.
Yeah.
To be fair, you can't tell what the fuck is going on there, can you?
I don't know. If you squint, it kind of looks like a mech mod.
I can't even see anything.
If you squint, it looks like a Cleto coil on the left.
Yeah, got it.
Already downloaded and sent it off to my machinist. Because that's what the industry is now, Stu. Right? I'm going to have a digitization guy turn that into what it should be, and then I'm just going to fucking give you a good old English shafting.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what we do, isn't it?
That's how we all work. No, wait, hang on. That's just a certain cunt.
I mean, just in case Dale takes up on that, I'm gonna delete that. And I'll let you decide between yourselves your thoughts on the collaboratory work of the vape industry of people that aren't arseholes.
Fully charged.
I'm not actually going to fuck him over, Chris. Thanks for the support and belief, you absolute.
No, it's near, wasn't that? I only need one image to symbolise this anyway. That was just to make Stuart's bumhole twitch.
There's an image.
But no, in all seriousness, well, it'd be pretty hard for you to fucking get that image recreated anyway.
Why are you still talking about it, mate? I haven't even done anything. It was a fucking joke. I'll try to pull a funny.
Right, so what are we thinking?
Fully charged.
We fully charged on this?
I've put it to fully charged.
I'm kind of with you with fully charged, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's like even down to the fact that, like, you know, we're all helping each other out. Do you know what I mean? There's no need for any bullshit. It's just
like anything, isn't it? It's the minority. It's the minority, and Americans have a very, very different way to. Business is still led in a much more hard-nosed way in the States, isn't it? I guess just tread carefully with who you're getting on with.
Can I just say though, it's not every American ever. I mean, my business partner is the nicest guy I've ever met in my life. Like,
yeah, but whilst I don't deny that, Chris, Mark was one of the nicest blokes I'd ever met. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't for what I've met Claire and Nate and that, they're fucking lovely guys. Do you know what I mean? I'm not for 1 second saying that they would fuck you over, but I just mean that's not always something to go on. Everyone's your best mate until they've got what they want.
Yeah, but I mean, they're so selfless in what they do, in the fact that they're a bit like you. Do you know what I mean? I've seen them raise money for people, give stupid amounts of money to people because they're in a bad patch. Damon, why are you not sharing the boner ball anymore? There's still loads of boners to go on it.
Because we've done that. I'll go back to it in a minute.
Yeah, I think
Stop about the boner board. I'm in control, man. Who's up next on the boner board?
I'm going next.
David.
Go on, get your image ready then, Tom.
It's ready. I'm ready.
My
first thing to the boner board is going to be, I don't know where you want to put it. I'm going to put it on the freaking awesome. But it is, if it fucking loads.
You have got the new boner board, haven't you, Tom? Yeah, good lad.
Can anybody there?
It's there. OMG.
Nick Shot Juice. I'm going to put it on the pretty fucking awesome, because I think at the end of the day, a lot of us had a bit of sort of, you know, was it going to happen? Were we going to do it? Were we going to go full force of it? A lot of companies have gone forward with sort of Nick Shots, and I think they're absolutely fucking awesome. And whoever decided we could get in that fucking loophole or whatever and do it, I think it's brilliant. So, zero nicotine juices with Nick Shots is my boner board this week.
What's your reasoning for not putting them fully charged, Tom?
I want to know what you guys think. Because I think there was a lot of sort of around it at first. Everyone was like, is it going to work? Are they going to crack down on it and everything like that? And at this moment in time, I think it's one of the best decisions juice manufacturers have done.
Yeah, there's a bit of danger surrounding it still, isn't there? There's still just a little smidgen of they could take this off us still. So it's hard to go fully charged on it, but
it's still though, the fact that
as a thing, I know I'm an outsider. I'm not like part of the boner board, but I honestly think it's fully charged. I'm not saying that from my business. From a sales point of view, our Nick Shots are outselling our 10 mils, which is fucking insane considering balls deep in TBD.
By what kind of quantity, Dale? Out of interest,
in ridiculous, and I don't want into numbers, but I mean fucking silly, like silly amounts of people are interested, and people.
And is that from your casual vapor as well?
Oh, mate, like I was saying to you before you went live, when you walk into our shop, the 10 mils are predominantly in front of you, and the Shekits are on the left, or any sort of Nick Shot juices on the right. We are changing that actually around. I've decided earlier on today, but even now they walk in to see that. That's what they want, and we're going to use that as a means for testing new juices that we don't know if the market are ready for, whether they'll be any good or not. We'll use that as a premise to, do we get it into 10 mils? Is it worth getting it into 10 mils? Originally, my thought was try it in Shekit, if people really respond to it, put it through TPD. But based on what I've seen so far, is there any fucking point putting it through the TPD? Would you gain that much sales for the amount it's going to cost you? Because the amount of shops who've now done a 180 and gone, well, actually, yeah, fucking, they're doing it. All you need is one shop in a town of 4 or 5 stores to get Nick shots in. Every fucker wants to win. We've already been asked for exclusivity in areas. Like when we first started, we gave exclusivity on certain juice in certain areas, and we had to outgrow that when it grew and grew and grew. But we're already being asked for exclusivity 1 mile, 2 mile, 5 mile from shops because there's that many people picking it up now. It's unprecedented completely. I think a lot of people, 6 months ago, thought it was a stupid idea, then grew to the idea, then went with it. And I have done a bit of a, what's the word, like a fucking Christian preacher in the city centre. I have kind of tried to shout it at people like, you really need to fucking listen, praise the Lord, check this out, and all that sort of shit. But I think they're fucking fantastic. I think they're great. It gives you the presentation back. We've never marketed to kids in any way, shape, or form. If anything, we've given them a middle finger on a bottle to say, stay the fuck away from it. But, we've never marketed to kids, and it gives you that nice surface area to present what you want to present in whatever way you want to do it. Like other people do when we work with, you've got a multitude of choices, a multitude of sizes to work with without having to appeal to kids, with it still having a fucking boss presentation on a shelf.
Yeah.
So I think
it's definitely the way for the time being, isn't it?
I've got to say that good evening, by the way. I've got to say one of the things I do like about Dale's range is it is predominant on the shelf. It does stand out. It, heads and shoulders above the rest. It's nice. One of the things I hated, I know Dan and I spoke about this well before the TPD, was the annoyance of little piddly bottles on the shelf and what impact that's going to have on sort of just the appearance of that shelf. And obviously, Dale's kicked ass with his design and how it appears on the shelf. So we are having decent looking bottles back on the shelf rather than being stuck. And the same with, obviously, we're relating this to the 0 milligram, being able to have, the baked range and things like that have got good big bottles still on the shelf.
And see, the thing is as well, there's the whole fact that the Nick shots are PPD compliant. You're not taking the piss and releasing 72 milligram Nick shots. And also, can you imagine the literal domino effect of 1,000 bottles on a shelf? 1,000.
You don't have to imagine it, mate. It's a nightmare. I must have the one good thing I suppose about 10 mils is the uniformity of height is fucking fantastic. So you don't have a 250 ml bottle here with the Flawless, because it's a Flawless brand, next to the 60 ml bottles here. So you've got to take a plastic shelf out and move it up. I'm OCD as fuck. Anyone who's been in my shop will see that. Like, everything's got to be facing forward. I get pissed off with gaps at the slightest fucking thing.
What did you have designed and manufactured, Dale?
Huh?
What did you have designed and manufactured?
Yeah, because when I knew 10 mils were coming out, and I didn't know what size boxes were what, we were actually going to have these when we had them manufactured. Slat walling where you put the plastic shelving in and you have them all on? I was that fucked off and angry at what I knew was coming. I had designed, to our design inside, and made slat wall things that had channels in them. And as daft as that sounds, and it should be a readily available product, they don't exist in the UK. They exist in one place in America, and they won't send them to the UK. So I took their photo, I sent it to an acrylics company in the UK, and I said, make me a fucking load of them. And I want them this size, so we could literally have 10 mils in channels on the shelf. So it could be uniform and at least keep some form of ease. But then they were shite as well because they had them on a slight angle. When you took the front bottle out, they all tipped forward. So it was a great idea, but I should have done them flat rather than angled.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So 0 milligram goes under fully charged or freaking awesome?
Definitely charged.
Fully charge it.
We're saying fully charged.
Yeah, I reckon fully charged. Don't get me wrong, there's a little bit that dreads that they find some way of taking it off us. And
I think they've set the jurisdiction, mate, themselves, personally.
Yeah, and I hope that's the case. I really do. I want Nick Shot to be how we buy our liquid as enthusiasts. as people that go through more than 10 mil a day. That's what I want. That's what my line is. You know, of course I fucking want it.
For the people who are on starter kit juices and the people who are quitting smoking, their world hasn't changed.
Exactly.
I mean, they have noticed no different. Those people, yeah, we should be educated about the TPD, but they probably haven't noticed as much about it because we don't feel the need to promote it. Their world hasn't changed.
Exactly.
I mean, they have noticed no different.
Yeah. Right, my next one on the Boner board.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it under freaking awesome again, but you can choose where you want to put it. This is something that's good enough for our Chris JB, so I think it's good enough for a lot of us. And I'm going to say 3D printed boxes and 3D printed mods and whatever. I think 3D printing has come a fucking lot way this year so far. So I'm going to go with 3D printing.
3D printing is fucking good shit.
Them suicide mods are fucking mint.
They're fucking.
Yeah, they are nice. Yeah.
Talking to the guys at our 3D printing shop, they said the rise in vape-related 3D printed stuff has just gone insane.
It's not just mods though. Look at the sleds.
Yeah.
Hexome do their own 3D printed sleds, don't they?
Mm.
You know, there's so many places using 3D printed sleds now because it's easier.
I've seen these like 3D printed, you know, like on your jacket, you get the toggles that you pull to like adjust the length of the string. I've seen some of them you put on skronk bottles and pull them across to seal off a skronk bottle.
Yeah. All sorts of shit on the market that's used 3D printing at the minute. I remember when fucking Maplin's first released a 3D print, it was like fucking $1,000 and it was a piece of shit, and they were doing all this sort of making little toys and stuff, and what sort of stuff is coming out of 3D printing at the minute is fucking awesome.
We're
And
talking
I think
prosthetic arms and limbs for kids that have been, you know,
dude, they're really expensive though, that sort of kit. But I mean, you're talking like you can get the hobbyist stuff at Maplin's, but then to do the sort of thing that those suicide skunks are doing, for the finish they are and the accuracy and I mean, Ben had one done. I'm not plugging it in. Ben had a TYV one made. Again, back to the loyalty thing. He had one made of his own cost, but there's not a fucking bit out of place. You look at it, it's just so fucking picture perfect. You know what I mean? It's literally there's not a dodgy line. There's nothing. That's got to be a 15 grand piece of kit doing that. It's got to be, and that's a big investment to make for something that might not be popular. It turns out suicide mods have fucking smashed it. They're backed up for fucking weeks, which is great. But
you guys, any of you guys know Bill Sheriff?
Pokemon.
He makes the poker vape. Yeah, he got a 3D print and the shit he's coming out of. Look at this.
Fucking hell.
Fully functioning, fully posable face hugger. And printed in parts and assembled, and it all moves. That is fucking awesome. I mean, I'll stop sharing when I find another picture of some of the stuff.
This is what we're doing with 3D printing.
Well, it's still incredible. Like
It is incredible.
He does these pictures, like people's kids and birth scan photos and shit, and he prints them. So when you hold them up, they look like a piece of shit, like on the table. You hold them up to the light, and it's like a 3D image.
Yeah, I think 3D printers have come a long way definitely this year. So whatever you guys want to put them, I think they're absolutely awesome.
I think the printers have, but I think the design use of them as well. Like, you've got to know what you're doing on the software side of things. I mean, you can self-teach. You self-taught. You taught yourself most of your shit, didn't you, Chris?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that you can self-teach. I haven't got to. I'd fucking love to have a 3D printer. I wanted to go out and buy all the embroidery kit, like the Tajima fucking 8 hat print embroiderers, all that sort of stuff. But getting down and learning the digitization software is a twat of a job. If you've got the time and the persistence, it's not just the time I like it, but the persistence to learn about it, like you have, Chris, then you can do what you fucking want. You can make something decent out of something.
See, look at this. This is like a 3D printed 3D scan, which that's not that impressive. That's not that impressive. But look at this. How fucking cool is that?
That's very cool.
There's a lot of good stuff out there, but there's also a lot of chaff. You know, there's a lot of people producing a lot of incredible shit. There's also a lot of people that think, oh, bandwagon, let me hop on and designing and manufacturing shit using these said £200 self-built printers.
Yeah.
But I think we've got to be careful. Whilst I think done right and using the right equipment, yeah, there's some incredible shit going about, but there is also a lot of chaff out from people that don't understand it, that are just trying to make money off it.
Quality breeds quality at the end of the day. It's you use quality stuff, you make quality products. You use a 200 quid 3D printer, you'll get a box bomb worth of £5, if that. You use a fucking 15 grand piece of kit and you know what you're doing with it. You could write your own fucking prices. Luckily, suicide mods, I think they're really fucking reasonable. A lot of people have said that they've been expensive for a 3D printed mod. Look at the fucking quality of it. It's better quality than some of the fucking Tesla stuff that comes out. And that's made in a fucking mass factory in China, do you know what I mean? It's you know, if you know what you're doing and you're willing to put the money, it's a risk. You know, there's not as much risk in buying a 200 quid 3D printer doing a shit job as there is in buying a 15 grand one. But if you believe you can fucking do it and you think you've got the skill set to produce something good, you'll spend 15 grand on that, even if it will last 15 grand, because you know you'll make 100 in a year.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think
they've not even begun to reach the limit of potential with 3D printing yet. So on that basis, I think it should go fully charged.
I don't think we've begun to hit the fucking tip of the potential of vaping, to be honest. There's so much more market to explore and shit to be done, fights to have, arguments to fight and stuff. I think it's just fucking great. I've picked back up a bit personally in my interest in the industry recently. I was going through a really fucking shit period for the past 3 months, but picking up on it a bit.
We can also more fully charged for 3D printing.
I mean, I think the potential of 3D printing should be fully charged.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. I agree with what Mark's saying. Definitely, there is a lot of tat out there, but there is a lot of fucking great stuff as well.
Fully charged then for 3D printing. Who's up next?
I'll go next. I've got a couple.
Have you got any bonus, Dale, that you want to dig out? Mark?
So again?
Have you dug out any bonus yet?
Yeah, I've got mine ready.
Cool, right. Right.
Let's see. So my first one is.
Sorry.
I keep looking at Pretty Pants and reading it as Pretty Pants.
My first one is. Dun, 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 when it loads. Sorry, guys. Fucking hell, how long does it take? It's only an image. Instagram.
Hey, under Mare.
Instagram. Well, only really under Mare because I think there's a lot of room to sway on this one, isn't there? There's a hell of a lot of room to sway on this one.
The free shit factory.
You what?
The free shit factory.
Yeah, well, that's the negative side of it, isn't it? The free shit factory. But then the positive side of it is fucking infinite free exposure. Like,
the thing with Instagram,
or is it bad for the industry?
The thing with Instagram, the UK does not use it for its full force like the Americans do.
I agree.
Wise, Instagram is very underrated in the UK vape scene. Facebook is very much used what we use in the UK. The US absolutely thrive on new product being shown on Instagram, and people in the States will buy something if it's got a load of hype on Instagram. In the UK, we don't do that. We do not do that at all. We buy the product because we like the product or we like the look of it, not because it's absolutely fucking hyped. So there is pros and cons to Instagram, especially how the Americans use it to how we use it. So it's definitely a meh for me.
That's what I mean. It's one of them things. Like I really like Instagram, but it's got a fucking shady reputation in the industry for begs, which is honestly not something that anyone in business wants to have to deal with.
I think it pissed me off when they lost their integrity and fucking decided that they were stopping the square photos. I think that's what made it what it was. Do you know what I mean?
The square photos?
Yeah, all the photos.
Yeah, you can put up any dimension of photo now, can't you?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be 1080 by 1080. You can put any
I thought it just converted everything to 1:1.
No, if you press it, there's like a little button in the corner. If you press it, it will expand it, so you can have you can have a rectangle photo and all sorts now.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's
I think definitely agree with the beg side of things. Dale probably gets this as well. That fucking Instagram is full of fucking people going, "Can I get sponsored? Can I do this for you? Can I do that for you?" I fucking get 20 to 30 fucking messages a day asking if we need a sponsor.
Yeah,
I found better ones, mate. Now, can I do you a favour? Ones like, we wondering if you want to know if we can review your stuff. Don't worry, we won't charge you for it. Oh, thanks, mate. Let me get my fucking jiffy bag. Let me send you 100 quid worth of shit and tell me how fucking good it is because you got it for free. What a load of shit.
I got a message.
Not charging me though.
I got a message from what I can only describe as a cyber pimp that was offering the photographic and review services of some woman that had 350,000 followers in some Italian TV show, saying that she would post up pictures of this, and this. And I'm like, but who is she? And who is she to you? Like, why are you why is she not messaging me? Why are you? Oh, I'm her manager. I'm like, okay.
They've got managers now as well.
You are all beneath her.
He's like,
You're all beneath her.
Yeah, well, I'm her manager. She's an Italian TV actress. I says, well, I don't watch Italian TV, pal. But it's funny if she's resorted to getting you to message people on Instagram asking for free vape gear to take a picture with. I'm guessing her TV career has taken a bit of a nosedive. Maybe some sort of Michael Barrymore situation. I'm not sure, but it was a bit fucking weird. But on the other hand, I had a message from a guy, a really humble Russian guy called Alex something. And he said that he was really interested in the Pandora and they didn't sell it anywhere in Russia. He couldn't get hold of it because of the limitations of sending it from certain countries to Russia. Could he buy one? And because he'd like to review it. And I said, no, you can have one, mate. And I sent it to him and he uploaded his review 2 days ago and it's had 13,000 hits in 2 days. So I'm presuming Russia's big outlet is YouTube.
I watched the first 2 minutes of that today. It was very slick.
It's fucking very well done. I didn't understand a word he was saying. I actually messaged him saying, did you like it or did you think it was shit? Because I couldn't tell, mate, to be honest.
I won't go on a Russian translation, mate, if I were you.
I actually messaged Steve Dorrington because he's the only person who had any connections of anyone that I knew that spoke Russian because his girlfriend's Russian. I messaged him saying, can you send this video to your missus and let me know if this guy thinks it's shit or if he thinks it's good? And he's like, okay. But yeah, like the guy messaged me. I said to him, what was it? I was like, how did you like it? I didn't say, actually I did say that, sorry. I said, how did you like it? He said, it's very good. Nice flavour, great vapor production, heart. And I put awesome. I did watch the review, but I didn't understand a word of it. And he laughed. But yeah, it was. There are good things to come out of it. Like, you know, he offered to pay, and he was a very humble bloke. So I thought I'll send him one. It doesn't help that I've got no stock to sell to Russia, and there's nowhere in Russia that stocks it. But we did a good.
So it could be your first step onto it, though.
Yeah.
Like, you never know what could be that first step in a fucking country taking it on. The Russian vaping market's really
Massive.
booting off at the minute. And it's in early stages of booting off as well.
And no regulation as well, eh?
Like everyone says that we are 2 years behind America in regards to whether it be regulation or what we release or however we do things. And I'd probably agree with that. I would say that America's export market is probably as busy 2 years ago as ours is now. But then again, Russia could be 2 years behind us, which means if we get fucking shafted further, hi Russia.
Yeah.
I don't need a fucking visa to go there. I'm laughing.
I'll send you his Instagram, Dale. But no, in all seriousness, though, it was just it was pretty awesome to see it. I mean, I did speak to someone in Russia before, but the language barrier is a bit of a pain trying to organise any sort of sale.
Yeah, because in Russia they're not really particularly bothered in learning English.
Well, well, yeah, for a start. But he said that he explained that in Russia they're all buying clones, hundreds of thousands of clones, because there's no one that's taking the genuine products to review and explaining to them the benefits of buying genuine products. So that was part of the reason why he started his YouTube channel, which was pretty fucking cool, to be honest. But I mean, yeah, he's a nice guy. I mean, and to be honest, even all this stuff with being distributed by Vapors Cloud and Broadside and all this stuff getting into Canada and all that. Do you know what? Today I actually felt like I made it. I got a message from Dale saying that he'd ordered some Pandoras. And that was it. I felt like I'd made it then.
We're going off topic here.
Yeah.
Are we keeping this on May?
Oh, God forbid your people have a fucking conversation, David. Fuck me.
Well, I don't know. Time's getting on, isn't it? You know.
Oh, it's past his bedtime. He should be having cocoa and his slippers by now.
I need some beauty sleep, man.
Well, set your alarm for fucking.
You should have been in bed hours ago.
Set your alarm for fucking November, you cunt. Hibernate. But yeah, no, I think it should be a bit more than meh, but I do agree.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy with pretty good. I very much accept the shortcomings of Instagram. I very much accept the negatives that surround it. But like Rob Hardman said in chat, that Insta's better for brand recognition than sales.
Yeah.
I think in that terms, in terms of, you know, if someone sees your product for the first time and you've got a good active Instagram account, they go, oh yeah, I've seen these on Insta, and they automatically feel a bit more warm to it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
So staying on, pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, pretty good seems fair. Right,
Fair enough.
Number 2 from me then. My number 2 is Cheaty tanks. Cheaty tanks. Yeah. Tanks that ship as a TPD compliant product, but then can somehow be modified to be bigger.
Shit up.
What do we think?
I think it'll probably get rumbled at some point.
Yeah, me too. I like them and all. I've just bought an Amit. That's why I used Amit as a picture.
But I like them as well, but I really do think they'll get rumbled.
Yeah.
I like them except for the Cleto Exo because they are fucking gash.
Yeah, you're a big fan of the original Cleto though, aren't you?
Yeah, and I didn't know they were doing a Cleto 2 either. I thought the Cleto Exo was the Cleto 2, but I found out today they're doing a Cleto TPD compliant version, which is basically what I thought the Exo was.
Yeah.
And I said at the time, they'll just make a thicker glass. That's what they'll do. And then they were like, no, this is the Cleto Exo. And then I looked today, and the Cleto 2 is a thicker glass Cleto.
Ah.
But the standard fucking ball bag glass, that one, fits it, which is great.
Yeah, I reckon that these are going to get a lot of people excited about the idea of having a bigger tank, and then those same people are going to get very disappointed when they say, nah.
But how can you stop that though? How can that is sold as always been sold as an individual product? Yeah,
you're right.
So it's not like if they shipped it together, I think they'll stop that.
Yeah.
Like you can buy the Atlantis Evo? You can get the 2 mil compliant tank with the extra glass on the chimney. That I think they'll stop. I think they'll knock that straight on the head.
Well, the Kylin or the Gwylin or the Joylin or whatever it's called, that's another one that ships with 6 mil extension, isn't it?
Yeah. The Kylin and the Amit are essentially the same tank. For all
the same tank, yeah.
The problem that we've got as well is that all these ones that are being TPD notified, even if the TPD notification has gone through and they're being sold at the minute, more people may jump on the bandwagon seeing them come out. Tons of people are going to make them, and by the time they actually work their way through the shit ton of notifications they've got to get through, they find the first tank like that and say, nah, bollocks to that. Then all these people have spent hundreds of thousands of pounds manufacturing these products that might not necessarily even be illegal to sell.
Yeah,
it's like playing with fire with a grey area that we knew was always a grey area.
Yeah, it's dangerous, isn't it?
It's not like RDA Gate when we didn't know it was coming and it got checked out.
RDA Gate.
Do you know what I mean? This was a long time coming that we knew that tanks was definitely something that needed to be 2 mil, you know?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I mean, I like the idea, but at the same time, I can't really sway from meh.
I bet you they look at extension tubes sold in kits quicker than they do 0 milligram.
Yeah, probably. Because tanks were a big focus anyway, weren't they? So
yeah, of course. It was one of the first things that was brought up in the consultation, wasn't it? 2 mil tanks.
I think the thing about the tank extensions as well, although they're sold as separate separate products entirely. They're designed for one specific tank. I think that they'd have to be uniform so that that piece of glass could be used for, I don't know, a pocket fish tank or something. You know, it's going to have to be used for something other than just that RDA, because I don't think that's going to fly. Do you know what I mean?
But then who's going to sell pocket fish?
No, sea monkeys.
You can keep sperm in it.
I mean, to be honest, if the glass is that fucking thick, there's a good chance that you could keep a sea monkey in it.
So is that staying on May then?
I think so.
I think so.
Are we all in agreement with May?
Yeah.
Okay. May, it stands then.
Dry hits are on the running empty. Literally.
Dolan, have you got 2 to pull up?
I have. Mine are.
He's just got one that's big enough for 2 people.
Yeah.
One big boner.
My first one is under Pretty Pants. Anybody still selling cheap juice, bro?
Hey,
I saw that as well.
I thought I'd mention it.
yeah,
That was
fair enough.
That was a group reference, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was, yeah. I really, really wanted to put whose response was it? I think it was Doug's. Eagerly awaiting your next thread. What's the best custard? Go.
With the emphasis on tard.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's up there. I mean, I don't know what your second boner is, but I'm hoping it's not going to be this. With the whole, I saw a thread earlier of someone saying, "Oh, I just bought this. It was like an 8.6 milliliter built-in tank RTA thing." And someone's like, "I just got this for £12.50." I'm like, "Is it? It can't be genuine." I'm like, "It can't be sold. You can't. So you're lucky you even got one, let alone, anything else." But yeah,
it seems to me there seems to be a lot of personal juice being sold at the moment, because obviously the TPD doesn't regulate any personal juice or personal products, but there seems to be a lot of personal.
There's a lot of companies still trying it on, though. Like I'm telling you about that auctioneer.
Yeah.
It's mental.
auctioneer.
We had a geezer rock up at our warehouse from a local auctioneers I didn't know were there, so I'm definitely going to spend my fucking fortnightly time there. And basically, he'd had someone from Bradford with 20,000 units of e-cigarette products, so I want you to auction them off for me. And he said, I'm off to pick them up now. Do you know if they'll be all up with them? I said, well, it's probably non-compliant stuff and you could get in trouble for it. So I'm going to go up and have a look at it this week and see, so I can tell him what it is.
Yeah, I found out there was an auctioneer around here, but they just sell cattle for all the farmers. So there's no real benefit to me going there, buying a fucking couple of cows. Although it saves me.
Police auction, it's 2 minutes from warehouse. I'm going to spend every minute they're open there.
Police auctions, they're fucking awesome. It's all like gear that's been taken off convicts. It's like worth a shitload that's only cheap.
Yeah.
And it has to be authentic as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, you might get some cheap drones there, Dale, when they fly in the
They used to make a killing on trainers, because all fake trainers have to be destroyed and all the genuinely nicked stuff gets sold. I picked up fucking 10 pairs of Adidas Y3s for about 400 quid once, 130 quid a pair of trainers. Used to make a killing on car boots, man.
Oh, can you imagine all the drones that fly the drugs over?
Oh, the amount of Mavic, I could go get 4 Mavic Pros for a tenner.
No controller.
Mark, what's your reasoning for putting that under Pretty Pants rather than running empty anyway?
No, I just dropped it there. It was in the middle of the screen. That was my.
Ah,
It was in the middle of my screen, so I just dumped it in the middle.
Can they not just go with freeloaders on running empty?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty fucking empty, isn't it? I mean, to be honest, you had a fucking good run up, and a lot of people were selling shit very fucking cheap. And then people were like, I wasn't paid in time to buy that juice for £4. And now that I've crossed the threshold, yeah, you can get 10 mil for £4 now, mate. You can't. You know what I mean? It's their own fault.
But they always found money to smoke, though, Chris.
Yeah.
They did.
That's been an argument throughout the years and years of vaping, isn't it? Can anyone tick me a bottle of juice until next week till I get paid? Well, did fucking Sainsbury's tick you a 10 deck? No.
I'll sell 10 decks now.
Back then they did.
Yeah, I know. They would fucking. When I started smoking, they were £2. No, £2.10, I think, for 10 bags.
You want to get to Benidorm, mate? The cheaper there.
Fucking hell. Lambert and Butler, £1.80 before I used to go to school.
Oh, mate, because I look like a 40-year-old man now, even though I'm fucking 26. Everyone used to give me all their money and I was going and buying like 10 decks of this, 10 deck of that, 10 deck of this, 20 deck of that. And people must have, this is before they cracked down on the 16 age and it went up to 18 and there was a lot of fucking, you'd get in shit if you bought them for anyone under 18. I must have looked like a right cunt going in there before school. Do you know what I mean? Buying 6 different 10 decks.
Right, you got one last boner, Dolan?
One last for me.
One last boner for the evening?
I'm scared about where to drop it.
Just do it.
Oh.
As long as it's not in a playground, you won't get arrested.
Why the fear?
I know, because I don't want to put it in the wrong place. Or
Yeah, because you lynched him on the last one. Fucking.
It's not like you put it in the window of Scotland Yard, right?
Don't.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So I've not put it in Pretty Pants on purpose. It's just in the middle of my screen. So Comp Life. I'm guessing most of you have heard of Comp Life.
Yeah.
They started off as an accessorization company for Avid Life. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We jumped on as a company. We jumped on Comp Life very, 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 very early, and I've always had a lot of respect for the owners as well as the team. I was just wondering what other people's thoughts were on it.
They put a Lemmy on a mod. I think they're fucking great.
I've always liked Comp Life. I mean,
I'm going to say fully charged because everything they fucking sells, regardless if it's a fucking spinner, whether it's a fucking tapped out fucking wallet.
they made fucking energy drinks, didn't they?
Yeah.
Energy drinks. They made the best fucking branding that the fucking avid fucking vapor has ever fucking seen. They make 10 fucking million designs of the same fucking mod and it sells out every single time. And I just think the word fucking comp sells and they've done a fucking amazing job marketing it. And I think they should be on fully charged because fuck me.
You know what they're missing? They're missing beach towels and floor
They've become bigger than the brand they set off to piggyback accessorizing, which is fucking great. Do you know what I mean? That's fantastic. I think, and they do a hell of a lot to advocate as well, do Adam and Nicolette, a hell of a lot. They're always at the court cases. They're always at the hearings. They're not just sat back waiting. They're not, trying gateways of this. They're actively fucking fighting it, and that'll cost them a lot of money traveling to Washington and fucking about.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you were going to be talking about a mod that I saw earlier. It looked a bit like a stuff. But no, as I said, there's a lot of their fucking products are fucking awesome. You're talking, they sort of, they took it out of the mold, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? Some of their fucking mods are the most bizarre shapes I've ever seen.
Did they ever make the pixelated dog shit?
Yeah.
See, some people, that's a fucking Marmite mod, isn't it?
What's that? The Battlefield.
Yeah. Well, look how many of them sell.
It looks like a dog shit that didn't want to be seen on TV.
How lucky Adam Harper is, not lucky as that, but what I'm saying is he literally has the manufacturing facility on site. He'll go, I've got this design. He'll shout through to the fucking manufacturing shop, make me a fucking mod, do that, and off it is. There it is. 2 minutes later, he's got a fucking brand new design mod.
Lucky man. Have you seen his missus? Lucky man.
But that Battlefield, although it looks a bit strange, I think it looks pretty fucking cool. But at the same time, how the fuck would you clean it? Can you imagine spinning that on a polishing rig? Take your fingers off. It'd be like
It's back to the grafters thing, though. Like in general, the whole premise of working, they're both grafters. Emails always came from Adam and Nicolette themselves. They still, for a business that size, still contact people, still present on social media. Very present. Yeah, they're a bastard to get hold of. I'm bastard to get hold of. Most people are these days because we're busy people. And that's, like I say, it's not ignorance. We're genuinely busy. And they are just as present as anyone else on social media and to emails. They're very, very hard-working. It can come across as very, very hard-working industry people.
So we are putting them on fully charged then?
Yeah,
Is that
definitely.
the general consensus?
Fully fucking charged.
Well, you've hidden the
Fully
bone more now,
fucking
so
charged. Where's it gone? Fully charged. There you go then.
yeah. I agree. I think that about wraps us up, doesn't it?
Does, doesn't it?
Has everyone done theirs then?
Didn't Dale have one for the boner board?
Dale, you got one for the boner board?
What's the lowest option you can put it on?
Running empty.
Empty.
I'd like to put J-Mac Designs on Running Empty.
I mean, we can make a special column.
The J Mark Hall of Fame column.
The reason I'm saying J-Mac and not Rogue is because the Rogue, in my opinion, are still up there with performance and actual product.
Look, check this out. Check this out. This is magic. This is.
I'm not sharing anymore. Do you want me to share, Chris?
Chris has made another column.
A proper country.
All right. Proper country, yeah.
Fucking whack Benny in there and all. We can have a fucking GTR Rogue party.
So Rogue will be placed there then.
No,
I've
Jim-
got
J-Mac to be placed there, not Rogue.
J Mark, sorry.
Do you reckon Benny's on the known persons list of every Tesco car park in the country?
Is that for like donutting in the car park or being a cunt?
Well, they're one and the same, aren't they?
Yeah.
No, it's changed to J Mark's personality.
No, morals.
Okay, we'll go with that.
As a person, he's quite pleasant.
Morals,
to talk to.
personality, and character fortitude. Okay.
It sounds nicer than greedy cunt.
And on that bombshell, are we done?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're
Well,
done for this week.
That was a fucking difficult show to get through with technical difficulties. Sorry about all of that, guys. Apparently YouTube turned over some point in the middle of the stream.
You're not presenting anymore, Stu. All right.
I'm guessing there's going to be there was some sort of weather-based problem with some internet service providers, maybe.
Maybe some sci-fi shit going on.
We're probably using threes masts.
I think Stuart and Tom are the only ones who had any issues out of us lot. So, what ISP are you using, guys?
I'm a BT boy.
Virgin.
I'm a virgin man.
Guy.
Fuck
All
knows.
right.
Looks like we're out of here.
Yeah. Just do a wiggly arm thing.
Okay. Bye.
Oh, fucking hell.